Welcome back, everyone. We have a big update on a new deadline to have stimulus checks approved. Let's discuss the details. We also have a quick update specifically for those on Social Security benefits as well. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, Webull. They've partnered with me to provide free stocks for my viewers, valued up to $1,800. It's completely free and takes 2 minutes. All you need to do is open an account using my link. The link is in the description of this video, just below the like button. Feel free to sell the stocks immediately to use the money if you'd like. Just make sure to fully open an account and then click on the green button that says Get Free Stocks. Okay, let's discuss that deadline for stimulus check approval. But first, I have a quick update for those on Social Security benefits. Now, I've had a lot of questions from people on benefits regarding what to do if you have not received your first 2 stimulus checks and how to make sure you receive your 3rd stimulus check. Well, first of all, I want to point out the fact that the Social Security Administration cannot answer your questions about stimulus checks. A lot of people have been calling the Social Security office, asking them questions about how to get their last stimulus checks, how to make sure they get their next stimulus checks. Now, guys, you cannot call the Social Security Administration for that. You have to call the IRS directly. And I have the number on your screen here. I'm going to highlight it. It's 1-800-919-9835. So that is a direct hotline to the IRS specifically to ask them questions about your previous stimulus checks. Now, that being said, the best thing you can do is file your taxes if you have not received your stimulus checks. I talk about this in all of my videos. A lot of people on benefits say, I don't have to file my taxes, but if you want to receive those stimulus checks, you might have to, okay? So step 1, call the IRS if you still have not received your stimulus checks. Step 2, make sure you file your taxes. Not only will that ensure that you receive the first 2 stimulus checks, but it will also help you get the 3rd stimulus check a lot quicker because remember, the way the IRS is sending these stimulus checks is through the same payment method that you use to receive your taxes. So in theory, if you do your taxes now and have your direct deposit set up through your taxes with the IRS, you could then receive your 3rd stimulus check directly in that direct deposit account, if that makes sense. But guys, this is for those on Social Security benefits. Do not call the Social Security Administration. They cannot answer your question on stimulus checks. File your taxes and call this number on the screen. I'm also going to leave the number in the description of this video in case you missed it. Okay guys, let's jump right into the details of a deadline to get stimulus checks approved. If you look on your screen, you'll see a calendar of the congressional schedule for 2021. Now there's a lot of colors here, it's really confusing, but for the purposes of this video, just know that anything that is completely white means that Congress is not in session and absolutely no work will be done on stimulus. Now look, we have Congress for the most part in session until the end of March, but then starting March 27th, they have a 2-week recess, okay? And that recess is a pretty big recess because not only is it Passover, it's Good Friday and Easter Sunday. Now, Congress does have a history of sometimes extending their work and not going on recess, but when it comes to holidays like this, they tend to go ahead and take that recess, right? So this means that a hard deadline is March 26th. We need this stimulus package approved by March 26th. Otherwise, we're not going to see that until the earliest of mid-April, if that kind of makes sense, because Congress does not come back again until April 12th, okay? So our hard deadline here is March 26th, right? We're hoping Congress can get this done. Now let's talk about the details and what it's going to take to get this done by then and possibly even sooner, right? Because not only is that a hard deadline there, but we also have a soft deadline of March 15th. Now remember, that unemployment boost runs out on March 15th, meaning that millions of Americans will run out of help, and that creates somewhat of a cliff. Congress wants to get this done before March 15th, right? So the goal is March 15th. That is a soft deadline because of the unemployment boost, but a harder deadline is March 26th. So where do things stand today, and what are the odds of getting this done by March 15th, March 26th, or potentially even sooner? Well, let's take a look at the calendar. Today is President's Day, February 15th. Nancy Pelosi has promised to have this approved in the House by the week of February 22nd. Now remember, when they say the week of, a lot of us get excited and say, okay, February 22nd, this will be approved. However, when they always say the week of, okay? So we could expect this to actually be approved in the House by mid to late next week, okay? An optimistic date would be February 22nd, But let's be a little more realistic here. It's probably going to be towards the middle or the end of that week. Now the House will approve it, they'll send it to the Senate, and now we end up in a situation where it is about March 1st, and the Senate has about 2 weeks to debate this until that March 15th deadline. Now, why would the Senate debate this? Well, a couple of things. First of all, they are expected to debate that $15 minimum wage, and they are also expected to debate the income threshold for who qualifies for that stimulus check. Remember, a lot of Democrats wanted to lower the threshold so less people would qualify for stimulus checks. Now, the House stuck to their guns and maintained the same thresholds as the previous stimulus checks, but there are a lot of more moderate Democrats in the Senate who will continue to debate that as well. So because of those debates, this is expected to take a little bit longer in the Senate, and there will be amendments. So once those amendments take place, the Senate will then have to vote and approve that bill with the amendments, then send that bill back to the House, at which point the House will have to approve it as well. This is why we expect the Senate to take 2 to 3 weeks, okay? So you're seeing why a March 15th deadline is a little bit optimistic, because even if Nancy Pelosi gets this approved on February 22nd, that gives the Senate 1, 2, 3 weeks to have this approved, send it back to the House. The House is expected to quickly approve it, and then Biden would quickly sign it as well, obviously. But that's why it's going to be a little optimistic to get this done by March 15th, because the Senate has a lot of moderate Democrats, and with that slim majority in the Senate, they need every single Democrat to vote yes. And we've already heard about senators like Joe Manchin who are going to fight to lower that threshold to qualify for stimulus checks, as well as remove that $15 minimum wage. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, but best case scenario, we'll get that approved in the House on February 22nd. The Senate will debate that for a week or two, get that done quickly, and then we'll have this approved by that soft deadline of March 15th before that unemployment boost expires. However, a more realistic situation is that the House will not approve this till the end of the week of February 22nd, around February 26th. The Senate will take 3 weeks to debate this, at which point the House will then approve that final week of March, okay? That is a more realistic situation. Of course, everything takes longer in Congress than we expect, but March 26th is a bit of a hard deadline because Congress is going on vacation, right? So that is where things stand today. We do expect the stimulus package to be approved in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So the good news is help is coming soon. And of course, those on Social Security benefits are expected to qualify, even if they were claimed as dependents. Now, Bernie Sanders is fighting for that $15 minimum wage. He is one of the main proponents of this package. And he said, "Thank you to the U.S. progressives for your leadership. The COVID bill in the House increases stimulus checks to $2,000 for the working class. It raises the minimum wage to $15 an hour, and it cuts childhood poverty in half and extends the unemployment benefits. The Senate must prepare to act quickly." Now, when he says that it cuts childhood poverty in half, he is referring to the fact that it includes the child tax credits, which I've discussed in my previous videos. He is also pushing for that $15 minimum wage. He said, "It is not acceptable that in America today, the very rich get much richer while working families struggle. No more austerity economics. We need an economy that works for all, not just the few." And he pointed out a few statistics that just show that the rich keep getting richer and the poor continue to get poorer. In America today, 140 million people are low income. That's almost half of American workers. 92 million people cannot afford health care, which means they're either on Medicare, Medicaid, or don't have insurance at all. 50 million people are unable to put food on the table, and 40 million people face evictions. And at the same time, in the last year since the pandemic, 650 billionaires have gained $1 trillion in net worth. Guys, this is why Bernie is pushing for this $15 minimum wage. And let me know in the comments if you agree. It's not getting a lot of talk, but honestly, not only would this help workers directly, but it would also help indirectly increase Social Security benefits as well, because the way Social Security benefits are calculated, it takes into account the average wage of the American worker. And by raising the minimum wage, you will raise the average wage of the American worker as a whole, which would then indirectly raise Social Security benefits as well. So this would be really good, not only for those who are low-income workers, but also for those on Social Security benefits. But let me know in the comments, guys, do you think this $15 minimum wage should be approved? Bernie Sanders made a really, really powerful video showing why he is standing up for this $15 minimum wage and why the American people need this to be approved quickly. Let's take a look at this video and let me know what you guys think.
I am proud to have stood on the picket lines with fast food workers from McDonald's and Burger King, and they understand that in this country we need a $15 an hour minimum wage, and I will stand with those workers in that fight.
We've got people working 2 or 3 jobs, people working incredibly long hours. Why is it that we have working people working full time who end up going to an emergency food shelf to get the food that they need to feed their kids? And the answer is pretty simple, and that is that in America, wages are just too damn low. You can do the arithmetic as well as I do. You can multiply the federal minimum wage of $7.25 times 40 hours a week times 52 weeks a year, and what you're going to find is people cannot survive on those wages. That is why I believe that we have got to raise the federal minimum wage of $7.25 to a living wage, $15 an hour over the next few years.
Really good video by Bernie, and let me know in the comments if you agree. Whether or not you generally like Bernie Sanders, he has been a strong advocate for those who are low-income workers, not only through stimulus, but by increasing this minimum wage as well. And he is also pushing for an increase for those on Social Security benefits as well. Of course, that has kind of been put on the back burner as Congress works through stimulus, but we do expect them to try and increase Social Security benefits as well. So guys, don't forget to subscribe. I will keep you updated, not only on that stimulus package, on that $15 per hour minimum wage, as well as specific updates for those on Social Security benefits as well. I'm going to keep you updated on stimulus specifically for those on Social Security benefits, as well as videos that are just completely made on Social Security benefits to help you navigate that process as you work towards retirement or are already in retirement already. But guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate your support. And honestly, it's been a dream come true to come here every single day and make videos to help you guys navigate through this crisis. I really appreciate your support, guys. It's my dream to make it to 100,000 subscribers. If I can get there, I can do this full time. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe. Please like the video and share this with anyone who you think might find it helpful. But with that said, stay strong out there. Keep taking steps towards a better tomorrow. Thanks again for everything and have a great day.